Yo. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Best Cheapest Podcast. Episode 21, son. 21, son. We made it. We're here. I said it on the last one. I said it on the last one, mate. I suck at accents or impressions, whatever. But we here, we made it, we live, here in direct. Quick little announcement. I feel very good. They might not be like big things. Anybody could do it, whatever. But we're officially on Spotify and the iTunes, Apple Podcast app. Give us a rating, 5-star only, of course. Give us a listen on there. If you guys want to watch me, watch us, watch obviously the video side. Obviously, it's on YouTube. Once Spotify opens up for video, then we'll try to get ourselves in there. But I think right now it's looking like it's being selected. You have to like apply, you get reviewed, and then I think that's how it's gonna be, where you're gonna be reviewed and then you're gonna be able to put video up on Spotify. Because even like with the canvases, those aren't even up yet. For like other podcasts. And with the canvases, it's the video, like the little short video. Those of you who have Spotify, I'm talking about Spotify. Those who have Spotify, and on some songs they have like a little 8-second clip. Was gonna be a longer clip on the canvas thing for podcasts as well. It's gonna be a little longer, but that's not available yet, and that'll be just like the canvas was for like big artists. I'm sure it's gonna be for like bigger podcasts, like JRE, Tiger Belly, or any podcast that you come up with, Bad Friends. But like those bigger ones, those are the ones that are gonna be able to get that stuff first. But we're gonna try to get there to that level of reach of community. But we'll do what we can with what we have, and we got to keep on pushing, and and we'll get there when we need to get there. And so yeah, man, I'm really excited about making these moves. Like I spoke on the previous ones. These 20 I kind of held on. I didn't hold on. I used as like a exercise, like a getting reps in. Every single one will be that too, but more so those first 20 to break my mold of any whether it be insecurity or fear or anything holding me back. I wanted to use those 20 to kind of break those things and create good habits or build and work on stuff. So so now it comes this is where we solidify, and we're gonna work every episode, every chance we get, every day, to just make it better and make it more. So yeah, I'm super stoked. It was a big deal for me. It was a big deal for us here, Isaac and I, getting it on there just because of what it meant. Not the physical stuff, because it took like half a day to get everything done, like officially. But the act of it was like, okay, like now this is when we work. This is when we start to like push. So yeah, we out here, and yeah, well, of course, I want to thank Isaac for doing all that work behind the scenes and getting all that info and doing all those things, and because he's the one that handles like the profiles and like all the one. He's like the sound engineer, the video engineer, the producer of the show. Like he does all the fucking behind the scenes. Like we work together in producing it. Like I guess producing is the legit word, but like everything technology wise, I put my 2 cents in, but he handles it all. So big ups to him for doing that. And without him, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So yeah, thank you. And you want to say anything? No? All right. Well, but yeah, man. And so being that, we're going to start pushing and we're going to start actually moving forward with this, it's cool because things in my personal life kind of, what?
I do want to say something, actually.
What?
The links to Spotify and Apple Music will be in the description below, just in case you guys can't find it for whatever reason.
Oh, perfect. In the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Video. And we'll be sure to post them. There's like reverb because of your mic.
I know.
We'll be sure to post them on Instagram and all that stuff, so it's easily accessible to go right to it.
And if they want it posted on another app, I guess you could say, just put in the comment section or let you know or whoever, and we'll work for that also.
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, let us know if you have any comments, anything. If you guys have another platform you guys think is, whether it be beneficial or you just prefer it, we'll look into it and see if that's something we could do. So, but what was I saying? Being that we're gonna because I was talking about, that's what I was talking about, like things in my personal life. We're very busy, and so all this coincides perfectly with this is part of my personal life, I guess. So it's perfect timing. So I feel real good about it. So yeah, but I'm working on some people to have on that I think one, they're dope people. Two, I think these conversations are kind of like the Esteban one and the one I had with Robert, where they were about issues, like social issues or just just things happening right now. I think these, like, I think they'll be good conversations, and they'll have like very good insight or information or views or ideas, and I just think that these and that's what I'm gonna push forward for, like dope conversations, and just if we're gonna bullshit, it's like bullshit to the max. Like fuck it, we're gonna fucking bullshit and not give a fuck. You know what I mean? Or if it's like we sit down and we have we take notes or whatever. You know what I mean? We're gonna make this thing fucking pop. So yeah. And on that note, actually, on the note of like social issues, and on the note of so I was gonna say, I'm fucking everywhere right now. I'm kind of excited up, so yeah, stay tuned. Like I said, we're gonna push more like fucking like we only fuck with IG right now. One, because that's the only platform we really mess with. in general. So we're gonna push it better, and I hope those of you guys who have been sticking with us from the beginning and are still listening, or not still, but have been listening, just reach out and like help us, comment and let us know what you guys think, and really kind of be a little involved in how we do it. That way the community could grow. So yeah, thank you guys. Like I've said before, thank you. But on that note of social issues and things of that nature, with everything going on, we just had another like uprising in was it Milwaukee? I don't remember, if I'm being honest. No, it's not Utah. Damn, I should have known this, I guess, huh? But yeah, I mean, when Jacob Blake, he got shot 7 times in the back, and going into his car, Wisconsin. Oh, Milwaukee's a city, right? Yeah, Milwaukee is the capital of Wisconsin. Right? Milwaukee city in Wisconsin. Yeah. Oh shit, it's Wisconsin's on the East Coast? Oh no. Is it in the middle? Yeah, it's on a Great Lake. It's because I saw water on here. So I was like, what? Is it that it looked really big, so I thought it was the ocean, but it's Lake Michigan, the Great Lakes. But yeah, another incident happened in Wisconsin where this dude gets shot in the back 7 times by a cop as he's going into his car, and he has his sons in the car. And there's a lot of things going on, right? Why he walked away, why they didn't. They could have handled it a way better way. The cops could have, for sure. Should he have gotten up and walked away? I don't know what the interaction was, what he said, what the cop said. Supposedly he was breaking up a fight, right? Between 2 women. He was helping ease the situation. I personally don't know the connection between him and the women, and I don't know how the cops went from them to him, or how I don't know, right? So I could comment. Everybody has a right to comment, but I shouldn't, because I don't know every detail, and you don't need to know every detail to see the ending, like. Because what I've been seeing is, like, people arguing, you don't need to know every detail, right? Or every little thing to either to justify the shooting or justify him not being shot. And like, for sure. But also, everybody has fault in this. The dude for walking away has some fault for sure. But I think, me personally, much more the cops. Why couldn't they tackle the dude? Why couldn't they just there was 2 cops. I think there was 2 more. I think there was 4 of them. I'm not sure. I only saw the video a couple times, and I just saw it in passing in my Instagram feed. But if it was 2, that's enough to apprehend somebody. You shouldn't need more than 2 people to control 1 person. Like, and this comes back to the conversation me and Esteban had about jiu-jitsu. Like I weigh 160. I've rolled with dudes who have easy 80 pounds on me. I would say 80 pounds on me for sure. and they weren't able to control me, right? Because at that point I had more knowledge than they had. So what I'm saying is, if the cops have more knowledge of how to apprehend and detain and hold down somebody without causing lethal harm, then this wouldn't happen. You know, why couldn't they grab him before he even turned in front of his car? They were too busy holding the gun than trying to get a hold of him. Like, how are you going to try to reach for the dude? Or how are you trying to grab this dude's shirt as he's going into the car? Like, I get it. Like, you don't know if he has a gun. You don't know what he got up to get. You know? If they did know that he had children in the car, then they should think that this father of, I think, 3 or 4 sons is not going to reach into his own car, grab a gun, and shoot police officers in front of his children. Right? But I understand if they didn't know that they had children in the car, he had his children in the car, I understand. Like, you know, you don't know what he's gonna grab. I get it, but also it's your fucking fault for letting it go that far. He shouldn't have turned in front of his bumper. He got up. I think he was sitting. He had time to stand up, walk from the middle of the Durango to the front, turn, and open the fucking door. That's a lot of fucking time. You know, luckily, I think he's in stable conditions now and he's living and he's well. But why are you going to, like, you know the climate right now. You know how shit is fucking hot. What, like, I don't understand. Like, these people, they hold, I don't know, they hold their fucking pride. I don't know what it is. Like, it's fucking crazy, you know? And I really don't believe that we'd have way more people being killed if cops were deliberately out here causing a genocide against people of color. You know? I really don't believe that. I believe that there's just wrong people in those fucking positions. And because they're in that position, even though they're wrong, like they shouldn't be, they get so much support and so much push and so much, in a way, power, you know? And that's what I think. I think the wrong fucking people are doing that job. You know, if you know, their job is to protect and serve. And if they're not protecting and serving, then then they're just social workers. They're just, you know, then why doesn't every social worker carry a gun with them? If that's what they're doing. And if they're really out here to protect and serve, then that's what they should be fucking doing. But I went too long on that. I don't know. I got caught up. But what I was gonna lead to and what I was gonna say is, I might not know how to word this correctly in a way that, like, to me it understands. To me it understands. Like, it makes sense to me. But like, I don't know what it's like to be a black man in America. I know what it's like to be an immigrant Mexican in America. An undocumented immigrant Mexican man in America. And I've been racially profiled, or, you know, we were talking with Esteban. You know, I've had instances where there people in positions, they haven't treated me well simply because of how I looked, whether what I was wearing or what I was in what car I was in, you know, who I was with. um, simply because of that. Or, but so what I was gonna go into is the only thing I could do is support positive actions and that are for leading to positivity and unity and all that. And that's in that community, because I don't know what it's like. And even though and I'm not saying you shouldn't educate yourself or educate others or unite with them. For sure, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is the people who do live that life should be the ones making the points, and we, or not ever. I'm not anybody to tell anybody what to do, but I feel that we should support those people who are living or who are in those shoes, to lead us to unity and positivity. That's what I do feel. And what I can speak on and what I can do is speak on people who have lived similar experiences to me, which is the undocumented community, Mexican community, and even some Central American community. I've worked for like 5 years, I've worked with Central Americans, Nicaraguans, Nicaragüenses, Hondureños, Guatemaltecos, Salvadoreños. I was almost immersed in that culture for 5 whole years. I learned their lingo. I learned their fucking accents. I learned a lot of their fucking slang words. There was a point where people would confuse me because we'd go out to lunch and I'd be talking like them because it was part of the joke. And I'd be talking like them, and they think that we'd all be, we were all Central American. So some of them I could connect with, but I could connect with the immigrant Mexican community. And I speak on this because I saw, I should probably look this up too. Sorry, guys. But they were talking about, what's his name? Fuck, I fucked up. I pressed record far too soon than I should have. But we were talking about, or I was watching Joe Rogan podcast, obviously, and here it is. Sorry, guys. But it's fuck. They're talking about this guy who. So Joe has these two. I think one of them's a lawyer, and the other one is just helping him, like an advocate, essentially. And what they do is they help out inmates, men. I don't know if they do, or if they have worked with. I'm sure they would, but I don't know if they have worked with men or women. But so Josh Dubin of the Innocent Project, he's an Innocent Project ambassador, advisor, and president of Dubin Foundation, Dubin Research and Consulting. And Jason Flom is an Innocent Project board member, CEO of Lava Media. So I believe Josh is the lawyer, and they were talking about this, how they were telling Joe about how they wait, did I say what they do? They pretty much defend and help wrongfully detained, imprisoned, sentenced inmates of like murder and just wrongfully, people who were innocent, who are in there, who are in prison, and they help them be free again. And they had this story about I wish I should have fucking seen it before. I have it on my notes to look up that episode and I forgot. Can you look that up though? It's episode 1521. You could go on the JRE clips, and it's just look for alpha, but they talk about this dude who came from Honduras, and he ended up in Florida. He went through the whole thing of going through Central America, Mexico, and then obviously here, and he ended up in Florida, and he got imprisoned, detained, whatever, for murder that he never did. And I think he was in there for 14 years, and they helped him get out. And it touched me. I posted it on my Instagram. I posted on a story. I was like, yo, y'all need to go check this out. Because it was touching. Because coming as an immigrant here is a big ass challenge. And then being thrown that fucking curveball and that unjust, like, you think America's is held to the fucking highest, and then they do this to you, and then deliberately fucking do this to you, and the way that case was handled, and how they didn't allow him any fucking action, they provided proof that he didn't fucking do it. They pretty much the justice system wasn't unjust, and it just fucking sucked, and it touched me because I'm an immigrant. I come from immigrants. I am an immigrant, and I connected a little bit. I've never been obviously in a situation where anybody, has passed or anything like that. But as an immigrant, I connected, and it touched me, and it made me think about. That's where I started to think yo, I'm on here talking about different issues, and there's one issue I know I can connect with, and there's one issue I know that there's a community that I'm engulfed in. When all this George Floyd stuff was going on, I forgot about my shit. Did you find it? Well, who were they talking about?
His name was Clemente Aguirre Harquin.
Clemente Aguirre. Yeah. So that's the Honduran. I mean, he's alive. He's not dead.
Yeah.
That's his name. I don't know where he's at exactly right now, but that's the man's name. But yeah, throughout this whole George Floyd thing, I forgot about DACA, and I forgot about looking up into all these things that my the community that I'm immersed in was going on, all these things with the Supreme Court and all this. I wasn't aware until shit snapped, and I'm like, oh fuck, I was busy doing all these other things and trying to again, I'm not saying that this is wrong. We should all be helping each other out for sure. But what I'm saying is I'm gonna opinionate just like I did earlier, and say what I feel and what I think about situations. But I hope there's one person who already said they'd be willing to come on, but I haven't reached out again. But leaders of those communities that I'm not immersed in, that I haven't, walked shoes in, I think it's important for those leaders to speak. And, I think me and Robert talked about it, and he's the one who said that we should, we need to listen when they speak. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to let them speak and listen and learn from their experiences, because I'm not a black man in America, or any situation that may come up, that we need unity and we need community and union. So I'm gonna unite and I'm gonna help. But I was so immersed in that situation that I forgot about myself. And so what I'm saying is, I'm not pushing those other issues aside, and I'm not like, forgetting about them. But what I am saying is that if I'm gonna immerse myself, I'm gonna find out how I can help the community that I know very well and learn from the other communities if and when they need us to learn and listen and be part of. But right now, I don't know if you guys seen. There's been pictures going around. There's a fire up in Central California, central/north, called the River Fire, and two things are happening. There's farm workers. Central California and California as a whole supplies 2/3 of the nation's fruits. 2/3 solely. And supplies 1/3 of agriculture in the whole world. Either the whole world or the US as well. And they here in California, we export everything from fucking rice to kale to fucking not apples, to kale, rice, fucking almonds, tomato, like anything you could think of, fucking garlic. We export everything. We export to China, we export to Japan, we export to Germany, to France. We export every fucking where. And you know who fucking does that work? Who picks that shit? Immigrant workers. And you know who didn't stop or who became an essential worker when fucking COVID hit? Immigrant workers. And you know who works rains, fucking snow, sunshine, fucking smoke in the air, fires nearby, and you know who keeps fucking working? Immigrant workers in the farm fields, picking all those vegetables, picking all those fruits. And you know who gets fucking shit pay, shit housing? Immigrant workers. More than 50%, I think it's 53% of the people working in agriculture, whether it be fucking out in the farm fields or working with cattle and the animal industry. 53% of them are undocumented immigrants. Yes, there is I think it's the H-2A visa that immigrants can get to come and work have seasonal visas to only come and work and get out. But they have an unlimited amount of grant power of those visas, but I think last year they only supplied 239,000, and yet this year they're short 1.5 to 2 million farm workers short. And when this fucking COVID thing hit, they canceled those visas because of the travel stuff. So that's the argument for people saying, "Oh, why aren't they fucking documented? Why can't they get the visa shit?" Boom. So so there's these people, these two Latinas. I'm not sure of their heritage or where their roots, but I was looking, and there's these two Latinas are doing work out in Central California, and one of them runs, I think her name is Sarai. She runs the Dreamers Roadmap handle on Instagram, and then this other Latina, her name is Flor, and her handle is Flower in Spanish. That's it, at Flower in Spanish, and the other one is at Dreamers Roadmap. They have a Venmo/GoFundMe on their bio, and what they're doing is they're collecting money so that they could go out and buy stuff, whether it be masks for the actual people working, whether it be buying them food trucks or supplying them food. And one of the things that was very touching that I believe Flor, she had said on her story once, was she went out and she was asking them, the people working, what do you need the most right now in this time of pandemic and this time of natural, in a sense, natural disaster because of the fires. I mean, 2 weeks ago, no, week and a half ago, it was 7% contained, and it's a fucking huge ass fire. No, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I'm sorry. 2 days ago. It was 7% contained. And you can see smoke in their background, and these people are out here working. Not saying shit in the heat with fucking smoke in the air. Heat, smoke, pandemic, it don't fucking matter. They're out here doing their grinding. But what these people were saying, that they needed school supplies for their children who are going back to school. Because they can't afford it. A lot of these people get paid per piece. A lot of these people get paid 40, on average, 40 something cents a bucket of, a 5-gallon bucket or whatever bucket, roughly 5 gallons of whatever crop that they're working on. I got a little bit of immersed in this whole thing, and the average single person, or on average, a single person working in the field makes between $11,000 and $16,000 to $17,000 a year. And somebody with family, they make on average between $20,000 and $23,000, I believe, $1,000 a year. And that's if they hustle. They have to bust to get that money. That whole farm working community, although I'm sure they're grateful because they have a job, it's a culture of like that's the culture of working in the farms, working in the fields. Their children are allowed to work as young as 12 years old for 16 to 18 hours a day. Do you think right now, in this time of pandemic where everything is study from home or whatever, they're either going to be at school or on the field making money for their family to bring food to the table? I think it's a no-brainer. I know I would at 12 years old. I'd be out in the field. Whether I wanted to or not, I'd be out in the field. And I think if you're in need, you're going to be out in the fucking field. So what I was getting to is with Florida and Sarai, I believe is their name. I'm not too sure. And if it's not, forgive me. They're getting all these supplies for them. And what I want to do is there's fields around here. They're doing it out. I believe they're out in like Salinas, all the central area. Up there by south of the Bay. The Central California area. We're fucking. If you've taken the drive to San Francisco and you see all these fucking fields everywhere, that whole area, that's where they're handling and providing for the community. So please go out to these people's webs or Instagrams and donate, whether it's $1, $5, anything helps. Because these people make on average, they make $6.25 an hour. You know, and that this day and age, $6.25 an hour is nothing. And it sucks that we, the community, have to provide, because we have a government that should be providing because we pay taxes. These people pay taxes. A bunch of these immigrant people pay taxes. And they get zero benefit from paying their taxes. There's people right now who talk shit. Quite frankly, I mean, there's no other fucking way about it. But there's people who talk shit about the immigrant community, who are racist against the immigrant community and just racist in general. And yet they don't know, or they're uninformed about how immigrants pay taxes. They pay. I really don't know one immigrant, and I know obviously a bunch that doesn't pay taxes. Undocumented immigrant that doesn't pay taxes. I don't know one. And they get zero benefits. They don't get no unemployment. They don't get. They can't get welfare because of the requirements of welfare. They don't. You know what I mean? They don't. Food stamp, like. You know, I was talking to some dude once. This dude would wear a Confederate flag, fucking head wrap thing, bandana shit. Just for context. And I was talking to him. And we were going on about the undocumented. He didn't know at this point. He didn't know that I was at one point undocumented. And he was going on and on and on about it. And I was like, "Do you even know anybody that's undocumented?" He was, "Yeah, I know a lot of them." And I was like, "And what do they say when you talk to them?" Right? And he goes, "Oh, that I'm right, and yeah, they're the one that gives me these information." And I'm like, and he went about talking about how we abuse their system, we abuse their schools, we abuse this and that. We're here illegally, we get things illegally, we go to their schools illegally. And because it was the shortest thing, I didn't want to talk to this guy a lot because things weren't gonna, I just didn't feel like speaking to him a whole bunch. But when he brought up the schools, I was like, okay, this is the easiest, fastest way to shut this guy up. I was like, do you know what you need? Do you know what you need to go to school? And he goes, yeah, you need a social security, or I forget what he said, but he's like, yeah, oh, yeah. I was like, no, you're wrong. I was like, do you know what anybody here in the U.S., everybody needs some type of tax identification number. Whether it be social security, an I-10 number, whatever. And he goes, yeah. And I was like, do you know what you need to go to school? And I was like, do you know that I don't even think he knew I don't remember, but I don't even think he knew what a fucking I-10 number was. I was like, do you know that any undocumented person could go to the Social Security's office, request an I-10 number to file taxes? And with that I-10 number, if they're undocumented, obviously, if they're young, they don't need to file taxes. But if they're young, with that I-10 number, they could go to school. And he goes, no. I was like, dude. And that was the end of that. Like, he rapidly changed his conversation and but there's a lot of people who are not properly informed and just make up their own minds. They listen to wrong shit and they just build their own fucking ideas they listen to shit that only supports their ideas and purposely like just feed themselves that shit instead of just opening up and saying, let me learn, let me see what the other side has. what they offer, what they speak, what they view. But I forget what I was getting to with all this shit. When I started talking about this other dude. Damn. Oh, I think what I was saying was that, these people don't get benefits. It sucks that these people pay taxes, and the people they pay taxes to, they don't get anything from them. They don't receive anything from them. There has to be if I give you, this is how it's supposed to work, right? And what I was saying was that it sucks that the community does it, but I'm happy that the community is actually doing it. It just sucks that, there's the need to do it. Because there should be other people whom we already go to or pay to do that. But these two Latinas, they're doing the thing, helping the community out, and I'm gonna try to get in contact with them. I'm sure their shit's blowing up right now, but I'm gonna get in contact with them. And there's a lot of fields down here, and I know a couple people who may lead me the right way into getting information of the just more information and getting more in the know of the undocumented community in general, that work in the fields that need help and support. And I'm gonna try to organize something down here. That way we could help the community down here. Because there's the IE is a blue collar community. It's a blue collar creative community. So I'm sure we could come together and form something beautiful down here. But yeah, I please don't think that what I'm saying is push everything else aside, only focus on one thing, and don't support other shit. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we should listen and learn more so than we do speak on something that we're uninformed in. So yeah, is that good? I think we went longer than I wanted to, but yeah, I got cut. I was doing the flooring on the Airstream. I don't know if you guys follow me personally and follow my girl. I was redoing. I said it last time, right? That I was redoing the Airstream. I was doing the flooring on it, and I was doing this little ass piece. It's like tiny little detailed piece. And I was almost done. And obviously I knew that shit could slip and I could cut myself. And I hadn't, because I had like legit fucking control of my hand and the blade, because I'm legit like that. But the last tiny piece, I had to like really hold it. There was no other way. I couldn't like put my foot or like really. But yeah, I fucking slipped my hand and I just hit it. And I think I just reopened it. But yeah, like I always say, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. We doing the thing. I guess, help us push, help us build this community. Whether it be by comment, whether it be by, rating, liking, sharing, subscribing, telling somebody about it, whatever it be, please and thank you, and we appreciate you. And yeah, also, yo, you just fart? I heard it. That's fucking gross. What was I gonna say? Stupid. I forget. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. Much love. Peace.